For the people who say they don't know where to start. Okay, so boom, look, check this out. This is the simple process I use when I'm writing. It's don't let it, it's so simple, don't let it go over your head or what I'm about to say. I'm gonna ask you a question. Cause I'm gonna ask you a question. You gotta ask your brain a question to provoke that thought. For the people who say they having a hard time starting, can you remember your earliest childhood memory? Yes or no? Whether it been something traumatic, whether it been something fun, whether it been a family vacation, whether it been something that happened in the home. Can you remember your earliest childhood memory? Yes or no? You remember the details of your earliest childhood memory, right? If you remember the details of your earliest childhood memory, that's your start right there. Because if you can remember that, then you can remember the details of what was going on. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. I do it in a time. You do it almost like in a timeline. Your earliest childhood memory. Write down the first one, whatever you want to title that one. My earliest childhood memory, for instance, if I wrote down our house got broke into, for that number one right there, I can tell you specifically. I remember getting off the bus, walking home. When I got to the house, the door was kicked off the hinges. When I walked, I was scared to walk in the house. I put in my feelings of my thoughts and all of this old stuff. When I got to the house and I seen that the door was kicked in, as a kid, my first thought was it scared me because I didn't understand. I could tell this wasn't no somebody unlocked the door and left the door open. This was literally the door was off the hinges. By the time I walked in the house, it was glass all on the floor because they had took my mama glass cups and plates and all this stuff. They had broke all the stuff in the kitchen. So when I walk in, I'm walking on the glass. Then I noticed it was a smell in the kitchen because they had put metal in the microwave, turned the microwave, and they blew the microwave up. Then by the time I get in the living room, I could tell they had messed up them just the details, earliest childhood memory. Then I go to the next memory. Listen to what I'm gonna say. That's the first memory. I'm gonna go to the next memory when I got molested. So when I break down that first one, I'm gonna flash to the next childhood memory. Break that down. I remember the specific details of how it happened. It was a babysitter. It was my cousin. We were playing the game. When we were playing the game, my brother said he wanted something to eat. My cousin told him he was old enough to go fix his own cereal. By the time he went in the kitchen to fix his own cereal, she told me to pause the game, go in the room, finish cleaning up the room, which we had already cleaned up the room. At the time, I didn't know it was a setup. So by the time I walk into the room, she come into the room behind me. She closed the door, and the next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. And this is what happened. That's the second earliest childhood memory. And you just keep following the timeline of their memories. And as simple as that sound, listen to me, I promise you, it's 850 people on here tonight. You say you've been wanting to write a book. This book, these two right here, listen to what I'm gonna tell you. These two books right here, I recorded them. Hold on. Listen, exactly you see this? I want to spend $35 on this right here. And what I just did, I recorded myself talking the same way I just did you. You could take your phone right now. Listen, you could take your phone, go to the voice recorder. Only thing you got to do is sit down and start recording your earliest childhood memories. Follow the timeline until you run out of your childhood memories. I went from the house got broke into till I got molested. My mama dating the biggest dope boy in the city. How did I find out about that? One day I walked in, looked in the closet, seen a bunch of, I didn't know what it was at the time. Then I just keep going. When I got locked up in juvie. So when you get through with your earliest childhood memories, you're gonna go over and do this and just repeat the same pattern. You're going to repeat the same pattern. Go to your earliest teenage memory. My earliest teenage memory, I don't know what yours was, losing my virginity. Do everybody on here remember? I don't know. I guarantee you, everybody on here remember how you lost your virginity, don't you? You remember the story. You remember the night. You remember who was around. You remember if you were scared. You remember if you was nervous. You remember what you thought after that. You remember every single detail. Only thing you gotta do is record it. Go to your earliest childhood, go to your earliest teenage memory. That's my first one. Listen to the time, watch the timeline. After that, what was the next one? I broke in the house. When we broke in the house, when I say that, guess what? My mind is gonna see the event that happened. My little cousin showed up at a basketball game. We hadn't seen him in years because he got locked up in juvie. He had went to a step down. He ended up in a foster care home. He ended up on the same basketball team as us. He ended up running away from foster care. We didn't know he ran away, but he ran game on us like they still had his stuff at the house. Around that time, it was Christmas. He knew where they kept the money at that they spent for Christmas. Where the pot was, where they put money at so they can buy Christmas. We ended up going to the house, breaking in, busted through the window, climbed in, ran up, which I can give all the details if I wanted to. Go upstairs, we get the money. We went to the mall, did some shopping. Next thing you know, police was knocking on my door. They showed me a picture of my cousin, the same one that told us about it. He was down there at the police department. I'm gonna follow the same timeline. What happened after that? I got locked up in juvie. When I got locked up in juvie, I can remember my first day, what I thought, what it felt like. I can still smell it if I'm sitting here talking about it. I'm gonna go to the next thing. What happened? I got out of juvie. When I got out of juvie, what happened? Went back to school, got on the basketball team. Next thing you know, I had a child on the way. Around the time I had a child on the way, which if I wanted to, I can fill in the details of all of this. I can fill in the details of everything that I'm telling you. After that, what happened? I got in trouble again for what? Stealing cars. I can go and fill in the details of all the cars we stole, the events of how they happened, and how I ended up getting locked up. Again, I go back to juvie. These is all of my teenage memories. It's just simple. What's my earliest childhood memory? House getting broken into, mama getting molested, mama dating the biggest dope boy, the big fight. If you don't read my book, then you know I'm following the exact same timeline. The big fight when he threatened to unalive my mama. Boom. All my childhood memories done. Go to my teenage memories. Same thing. Losing my virginity. Had a child on the way. Got sent to juvie. Got out of juvie. What happened in juvie? Followed the same timeline. Get what I did? Same thing for when I got grown. What is my earliest childhood? What is my earliest memory when I was adult? when I became an adult? What was that? I shot somebody 3 times with an AK-47. I ended up going to jail. I can run through the whole thing of what happened. Go to my website, jtb3.org. jtb3.org. And I just follow the whole timeline. And I'm going to tell you how simple this is if you're listening. I recorded this book using that process in 10 hours on this right here. It took me 3 days for this one, and that was only because I was busy. This one right here, I literally recorded my entire childhood, teenage, and adult young life in 10 hours. 10 hours, listen to me, listen to what I'm going to tell you. 10 hours, a sacrifice of 10 hours changed my life. Point blank. That's enough right there. 10-hour sacrifice of saying I'm finna get this done changed my life forever. Real talk. 10 hours. Everybody, listen to me. Believe, what's up, Ryder? Believe it or not, what's up, Ruder? Everybody on here can do it. Every single person on here can record their life if you chose to on the weekend right now. Even if you needed to call your brother, your sister, your cousin, somebody who was close to you or not, they can ask you certain questions to provoke your memory. Because a lot of times it's easy when you prompt it. When somebody asks you, hold on, Trey. When you prompt it, a lot of time, I got my recorder from Best Buy. When somebody asks you questions, it's easy for you to remember certain things. And see, my advantage was I sit in prison. You know what I'm saying? Me sitting in prison, you know what I'm saying, my time stopped, so I remembered a lot of stuff just simple. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I had, like my time stopped. But everybody on here right now, for the people who say they got a problem, where to start, I just gave you where to start. And if you sit down tonight and recorded it on your phone right now, you will have your first chapter done tonight. I guarantee it. If you follow that timeline, you will have your first probably 2-3 chapters done tonight. What is my earliest childhood memory? What was going on? What happened? Who said this? Who said that? What was going on in them? Go to the next thing. What happened after that? Oh, this was going on. I went to school, run it out. And then get what? I could plug you in with the woman who that I sent the recording to. She went to school for this. She went to school for it. So she gonna be able to use the right words to brighten, you know what I'm saying, the picture of what's going on. It's just gonna be that simple. And she, listen to me. You talking about affordable? Her prices, like, you know, listen, I don't believe, just because somebody tell you, I'm gonna charge you $2,000 to do your publishing, your marketing, this and that does not mean them folks know what they doing. Let me tell you something. Them folks know how simple it is and how most people don't know how to do it, and they charge you and they overcharge you because of your ignorance. That's what they doing. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The process of doing a book is very simple. Listen, I'm gonna break something down to you real quick. You see this right here? This is the barcode and an ISBN. Majority of people charging $1,500 to $2,000 to do this whole process. This is a barcode and an ISBN. It track your sales. The barcode and the ISBN, it costs $19, $20. You might as well just say a 20 even, point blank period. You see this cover? I look good on it. You see that gloss on there? Let me run that on where my other one at. Did I package it? You see this one? All my covers. Good covers. I ain't paid more than $50 for now one of my covers. My very first book, I paid $35 for this cover. I paid $40 for this one. I might have paid $55 for this one because I tipped him. I paid $45 and I probably gave him $10 for the tip on this one. Go to Fiverr, Fiverr. Fiverr. Find you somebody. My book, you get both my books 2 for $25 right now. Go to Fiverr. Find you somebody to do book covers. Go to Fiverr, find you somebody to do book covers. And they gonna get your book cover done from $35 to $40. They gonna have it back to you in 24 hours. Fiverr. Fiverr. Now, listen to what I just told you. Probably $35 to $40 for your book cover, $20 for your ISBN and barcode. We ain't even at $60 yet. We ain't even at a full 70, 75 yet. Then you gonna need, listen what I'm gonna tell you. Then you're going to have to go get your copyright. Get your copyright, go to copyright.gov. Go to copyright, I think it's copyright.gov, or go to the Library of Congress. You can just type in, get a copyright for my book. Go to Library of Congress, go to copyright.com, whatever you want, you get what you're going to do. You're going to get you a copyright for about, I think it's $60, $65. It ain't no more than $70. We probably just at $100. ISBN, cover, and your copyright. We ain't even at $100. You ain't even at $100. These folks charging $1,500, $2,000 for this process. Then get what? When you do the book, if you record it or you type it, if you choose to record it, you want to use my homegirl, I'll give you the information. I ain't even tripping. She probably gonna charge you anywhere from $350 to $400, no more than $500 to type your book up. We at $600. We at $600. But by the time you get your manuscript, and get what? It's done. Yeah, that's a $600 process. Easy. It's a $600 process. Then after that, you gotta pay for your own covers. Well, I pay for my own books because I self-publish. I recommend self-publishing. I'm gonna tell you why. I recommend self-publishing because if you try to go through a publishing company, them folks is gonna try to charge you $2,000, $3,000, probably $3,500, $4,500. Then they gonna say, they gonna push your books and they gonna put them in all of these stores and do this and do that. Yeah, she do transcribing, she do ghostwriting. If you want to get on the phone, she can type as fast as you can. She can type as fast as you can talk as well. Them folk gonna say they finna do all of this stuff, and guess what? That's $4,500 you gonna have to spend. When you spend that $4,500, guess what? You gonna have to sell X amount of books before you even make that money back. The average person who don't grind and depend on these companies, they don't even make $4,500 a year off of book sales. So I recommend you got, it's too many social media outlets out here. It's too many. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Bing. Her name is Tony. I'm finna give you her Facebook. Hold on. Met the man, my cousin, in real life. Mama, if you on her, I'm gonna try it when I get out. I'm finna give y'all her Facebook. Hold on. Her name is Tony Lyric. It's gonna be backwards. Her name is Tony Lyric. Tony Lyrics. Go look up on Facebook. She on there right now. DM her. Tell her Joe T sent you. And she the truth. If you listen, if you done read my book, then you already know she the truth in real life. If you done read my book, you already know she the truth in real life. But look, that's probably a $600 process. And then look, depending on how many pages is in your book. When I was telling you, my people, these folk got the cheapest prices in the country. I don't care who you call. I don't care who you know. Majority of these publishing companies, they gonna be charging $9, $10 for one copy of your book. Listen to the math on this. They gonna charge you $9 or $10 per copy. You're gonna have to buy mailers. It's gonna cost you $3 to ship it. It's gonna cost you $3.49. I might as well say $4 to ship it. They're gonna charge you $10 for a copy. It's gonna cost you another $4 to ship it. You at $14. Then you're gonna have to buy mailers. What type of money you making doing that? Nothing. Medium mail price is $3.49 right now. Medium mail price is $3.49. I've been doing it for 3 years. They've been going up on the price every year. Every year. You go through my publisher, I guarantee you're going to be under $5 a copy. I guarantee it. You call my people, A&R Printing in White Bluff, Tennessee, depending on how many pages is in your book. The Life of Boo Baker got 258 pages. I'm paying the most for this one right here. I think I'm paying right at $4 for this one. For this one right here, I think I'm paying $3 and some change. For this one right here, I got 184 pages in this one. I ain't ordered no copies in this one. I think I was paying like $2.70 something. Do the math for A&R Printing. A&R Printing in White Bluff, Tennessee. A&R Printing, White Bluff, Tennessee. Yeah, depending on it's how many pages. Depending on how many pages is in the book, I can't remember exactly how she do the pages in the book, but I know it's depending on how many pages is in the book for sure. If you email, you can email. I'm pretty sure they got the email on there. They got the phone number on there. If you call and answer how they doing, how they do the pages, depending on the pages, she gonna get right back to you. I promise you. Best prices in the country. I guarantee you ain't gonna beat it. You ain't gonna beat it. You go anywhere else. I guarantee you paying $8, $9, $10. They gonna cut you. They gonna cut them prices in half. And the reason they cut the prices, Lyric, Tony Lyric. But yeah. That's how that's the process of writing it. That's the process of how I did my book. Literally, that's the process of how I did it. Earliest childhood memory, the memory after that, until I ran out of all the childhood memories I can remember. Then I go next. Then I go to earliest teenage memory, and I just followed it. And then I went into my adult years until I chose to stop. 10 hours. It's still on here right now. I still got the original 10 hours on here right now. 10 hours. Because with this, I don't have to record 10 hours straight just talking. I can remember a part, talk about that part, record. I can hit stop, boom, stop, think for a second, hit record, pick right back up where I left off. Bye. You know what I'm saying? And then send it to her in them same parts. I broke it down to her in parts. I'll probably send her. I'm going to show you. Watch this. Watch this right here. Let me tell you how cold. I'm going to show you how cold she is. A&R Printing, White Bluff, Tennessee. White Bluff, Tennessee. Hold on, let me go through my message. I'm going to show you something. Look at this. See, this is how I told you how I broke it down. This is my DM with her. I literally sent her like how I broke it down. And she listened to that and typed that book up. See that? 5 minutes, earliest childhood, 17 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 16 minutes. This my whole book right here in her DM. Literally. That's going to be worth millions one day. That's my whole book in her DM. Literally. See, it's still, hold on. All them junks. 14 minutes, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 16, 6 minutes, 14 minutes. Then I just keep strolling. $10 worth of recording. Tony Lyric. Now she spelled it T-O-N-I-E. Not Y, not T-O-N-Y. T-O-N, hold on. That's her Facebook. Matter of fact, if you go to her Facebook, I'm gonna show you the process. If you go to her Facebook right now and scroll down from a couple of days ago, it was a woman. She just did a book for her. Go read the caption and what she said. Joe T sent me. Go read the caption. I done sent several people over. Hold on. Now I just want to get on here and do this rundown real quick. I ain't even finna be on here long. How much is the books? My website, I got both of the books on sale right now. Go to jtb3.org. You can get both of my books on sale right now for $25. They on sale for $25. Yeah, ain't no problem. But I'm telling you, listen. You got drip? Where you at? Yeah, it's gonna be signed. I'm shipping out the orders out from yesterday and today in the morning. What's the title? This one right here, you'll read this one first. The Life of Boo Baker. And then At War with Myself. Go to my website, jtb3.org. My other three, which I don't got a copy of the other one. My other three, I got all of these on sale for $25, but they in ebook. I don't have them in physical copy. You can get them on ebook. They're gonna go straight to your email. They on my website too, jtb3.org. I'm gonna run it down one more time. Now I'm finna get ready to roll. I gotta make some calls. Earliest childhood memory. Follow the timeline till you run out of childhood memories. And listen to me while I tell you this. Don't spread no punches. Don't spread no punches. Cause when I go through my earliest childhood memory, listen to me. It was a lot of things going on that didn't make no sense to me. And I said that, you know what I'm saying, in there. You know what I'm saying? For instance, when I run through the childhood memory, go to your earliest teenage memory, repeat the process. Write down all the memories that you can remember. With your homegirls, when your homegirls lied, when dude lied, when you didn't know this was going, when you thought it was this and then you found out it was that, and how it came about. Write down the whole process. Repeat the process with your adult years and decide where you want to stop it at. I stopped this book right here with me walking out of prison. And I could have said a whole lot more. Real talk. But that's just a simple process, man. I'm gonna take this live, and if you need the information again, I'm gonna take this live and put it on my YouTube. So if you ain't got my YouTube, yeah, I got it on audio. My book on audio too. It's on my website. Go to jtb3.org. Go to shop, then go to store. When you go to shop, if you got a journal, listen to me. If you got a journal, you already got your book. You ain't got to do nothing but get Tony on the phone and run down what you got in that journal. I promise you, you'll have your book in your hand in less than 30 days. I guarantee it. Yeah, I've been back signing my books. I hadn't been doing it for like 3 or 4 months because I had been letting my sister do it. But go to my YouTube, Joe Baker. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube, go to my YouTube, Joe Baker. I also got a more in-depth video on my YouTube about writing a book. But I'm finna start doing this more often, man. I'm gonna start getting on her. I just jumped on her real quick with it. You see, I got a lot going on. I gotta take care of my business real quick. I got a couple calls I need to make. Y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. Hope y'all took something from it. Sit down, write that book, record that book, however you want to do it. Get in touch with Tony. Hit my people up. Get on Fiverr. Go to Google. Get your ISBN, a barcode. Listen to me. You get the whole process done in the next 30 days. You ain't gotta do nothing. Sit down and do it. That's all you gotta do. I promise you. That's all you gotta do.